Like I'm living my best life.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a tarot card reading experience slash psychic experience. I don't really know. So this was my second time getting my tarot cards read, and it was actually by the same lady. I went once when I was a senior in high school, and she said some crazy ass shit. Like, I was like, I remember, like, I had all my friends come over. We all sat down at the kitchen table, and, like, I told them everything. But it was crazy. And so then, yeah, I went a week ago, and another really great reading. And that's one thing I will say. I feel like waiting a long time in between readings is really beneficial because you get, like, a lot of information. Like, I know this isn't for everyone. Like, it's against, like, some, like, religions and stuff like that. And if you don't agree, just, like, don't watch it or, like, don't comment something. Obviously, I just want to let you guys know now, there is going to be some stuff I'm not going to share just, like, on my channel, just because I don't know who watches my videos, and some of it is, like, really personal and, like, old stuff, and I don't want to, like, bring that back up into the future. So here we go. Okay, so one of the first few things that she was saying was just that I'm gonna live a really long life. I'm gonna live until I'm like late 80s, and she doesn't see any health problems. She sees me being happy, healthy, successful. But one thing she did say is that I need to work on myself. She said in many different areas. She said, you lack self-confidence and you lack self-appreciation. You never tell yourself good job. It's always like, oh, like, I should have been doing this, or why didn't I do that, instead of appreciating what you did do, kind of thing. She also told me that I have put my social life basically in the garbage. She said that I need to focus more on having a social life because I don't have one. And not gonna lie, she's pretty right. Like, I mean, I hang out with, like, Taylor and Sam and Antonio, but, like, other than that, like, I just stay home. But I honestly kind of like it like that. So, like, when she was saying that, I was like, because I kind of like being by myself. Like, I like my alone time. But she said that there used to be a lot of friends, like, around me, and, like, now there's not really, which I can't argue. So, yeah, she said that. And then she said, as far as, like, work goes, like my career, she says she sees me doing something small, helping people. That's exactly what she said last time. And she was like, something like guidance, you know, just like giving someone guidance. Like, you wouldn't be good as like a salesperson, like helping a big amount, you know, like, but she was like, you would be good with a smaller group of people. And she kept saying the word guidance, and I was like, that's so weird, because like I tell everyone I want to be a guidance counselor, so yeah, hella weird. And then she talked about my money situation a little bit. She said that I'm never crazy with money. Like, I don't have boatloads of it. But she was like, you always make it work. Like, you figure out a way to make everything work out. You're not, like, super rich and you're not super poor type of thing. She also told me that there's a lady in my family, an older lady. She doesn't know if it's on my mom's side or my dad's side, but she is going to get hospitalized soon, which is crazy because the last time she told me that, when I went to her, like a few months later, one of my grandparents that I live with, they went to the hospital with sepsis. So yeah, I'm actually like really scared, so grandma, grandpas, be careful out there. And then she told me that I'm gonna have kids. She said you're not gonna have a bunch, but you're gonna be happy with the amount that you have. She said I see around 2 or 3, which is like what I want. If I don't have like 10, I want like 2 or 3, so yeah. She also told me, she kept saying, I'm not trying to offend you, because she said, like, I need to work on my self-confidence. I don't have a lot of friends. And then she's like, I'm not trying to offend you, but, like, with school, like, you're a year behind, which she's totally right. I totally am. If I would have stayed on top of my shit all throughout college, I probably would have been done by now. But because I was just an idiot, like, my first few semesters, like, I'm still here. She said, you know, you need to just like focus. She's like, you have all these talents and abilities, and she's like, you can do good at school, clearly, like, you know, you've done good before. And then she was like, but you need to really focus on it and stop saying, I'll do this, I know I can do this. Actually do it. Like, put in the work type of thing. And then she told me that she was like, there's this boy here, and she was like, you guys are in love, like, you love him, he loves you a lot too, God wants you guys to be together, and God is happy for you guys. And she's like, he seems like really obsessed, like, he seems obsessed with like money and like success, and he's thinking big, and I was like, oh my god, Antonio, like in my head, just because Antonio is really stressful on being successful. He definitely thinks big as far as like the future and like what he wants. I would definitely say that is all applicable to him. And she said that he and I have a slight pull away, and she was like, it's not from him. And that's when I was like, what? She was like, it's from you. And I was like, explain that, because there's no pull away, miss. And then what she said actually made total sense. She basically said that Antonio is not an emotional guy. He doesn't like to show his emotions. He doesn't talk about how he feels very often, and I do. She said you guys are totally opposite in that way, and sometimes you are a very emotional person, so you want to feel the emotion of him. You want that constant reassurance, that constant, I love you, I feel this way about you, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, and he doesn't give you that because he's not emotional. And she was like, but that's not his problem. That's your fault. Like, you need to be okay without getting that constant reassurance, because that's kind of like your issue, not really his, which is kind of true. By the way, Antonio doesn't believe in any of this. He thinks that it's all, like, just generalizations, and that, you know, this lady is basically just making bullshit up. Which, I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, so I let him have that opinion, but I just thought that was, like, really accurate, as far as, like, our relationship goes. And then she told me that there was another man, like, on my cards. She's like, it looks like a father figure, and there seems to be so much confusion and so much conflict there. And it was actually crazy because I like looked at the cards like while she was talking, and there was like a man, a card of a man, and then like a bunch of like swords and like all this stuff. And she was like, yeah, like there seems to be a lot of confusion, a lot of like a bad situation happened, and it really confused you guys. It really scarred the relationship. Like, it's not nearly what it used to be. And she was like, I see it getting better with you guys, but not anytime soon, like not this week, next year, like, you know, we'll see when, but it'll get better. She said that it's not really my fault, you know. She literally said exactly, he has his own things he's working out through first, and then he will come back to me, kind of thing. So yeah, that was okay to hear. And the last one, this just like blows my brain out. Like, I literally like, oh my god, literally. Okay, so you can ask if you guys know my friends, Taylor, Sam, and Antonio. Those are the 3 people I hang out with the most, hands down. Ask either of them or any of them before my appointment with this lady, months before. I have been seeing 1:43 everywhere. I will wake up in the middle of the night, check my clock. It's 1:43. In the middle of the afternoon, 1:43. I'll clear the gas thing in Antonio's car, miles, 1:43. Look at the back of a bus, 1:43. Do a calculation and math, and it's 1:43, like just weird stuff like that. And I kept seeing 1:43 all the time, and I was like, I don't know what this is, like this is so weird. And I would mainly tell Antonio about it, and he was just like, oh my god, like, you know, it's just a coincidence, like you probably look at that time so much that you tell your brain to look at the clock, you know, whatever. And yeah, so I was like, okay, like weird. So I sit in this tarot card room with this, I sit in the room with this lady, and she goes, so there's a woman who's passed, and she went peacefully, she watches over you a lot, she's really protective over you, she's like, but she doesn't connect with you, like she doesn't send you signs really, she doesn't make things move in the house, she doesn't it doesn't feel like someone's touching you, you know, she doesn't connect with you in that way. She just is always there kind of watching over you. And the lady said, I want you to know that she went peacefully, and that made me so happy. That was like my favorite part of my reading, just because basically she's referring to my great-grandma, and my great-grandma was like the most important person to me. Like, she was just great. And she passed away in a few months. It'll be a year, which is like crazy. But, yeah, I don't know. I love her. Okay, fuck me. She's like staring at the cards, like just staring. Like through my reading, she did never stared or was quiet for this long. And she was just like, do the numbers 3 and 4 have any kind of significance to you? And I was like, no, I don't think so. Either 3 or 4 or 34 or 43. And I was like, 43. What? So then I was just like, oh, I was like, I don't know. I was like, I see that number a lot. And she was like, I would definitely look into that. That is something correlated to this woman, 43, 34. I was like, okay, weird. And then I got home and I was like telling all my friends, isn't that so weird? Like maybe, you know, there's a connection why I've been seeing 143 and her, you know, I don't know. I looked up, what does it mean? You always look at the clock and it's 143. And online it told me that your guardian angel is looking after you. And then she said, do some research, the psychic lady. She said, do some research, figure out, you know, when she died, when she was born, when this happened in her life, when that happened. She passed away at 11:34 p.m. Oh, it's just crazy. I was like, what the So now I think of my grandma every time I look at the clock and it's 1:43. Call me crazy, but yep. Alright, well that was pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.